My name is Chrissy Woodfin, and in the summer of this year, June through August, I will be going to South Korea to go through a English second language teaching certification program. And I have a financial mountain of about $2,500. And I have tried everything to raise this money. I've tried selling my own things. I've tried to do fundraisers, and this mountain just is not seeming to move. And I've had a lot of people ask me and tell me, they say, why didn't you try a GoFundMe? Why didn't you do a GoFundMe? Well, here's why I didn't want to do a GoFundMe. Because I do not like the idea of people giving me money and me not giving them in return. And so, as I just said, I've tried everything, and the Lord was like, do a GoFundMe. And I was like, no. And he was like, do a GoFundMe. And today just happens to be the 1 year anniversary of when I actually stepped on Korean soil for the first time. And so he's like, today, do a GoFundMe. And I was like, okay, here's the real thing, people. I don't have anything to give you except my story. And a lot of people know the beginning, so I'll kind of skip it and I'll attach the video wherever. If you want to watch it, you can. But in October of 2017, the door to Korea opened. I prayed about going, and a group showed up to my church and basically paid for me to go. And a year ago today, I went for 3 weeks, and it was life-changing. It was amazing. And I just made a connection with the people. It felt like home. And physically, it hurt me to leave the country. And so I came back knowing that the Lord spoke to me while I was there, and he said, you're going to move here, and you're going to move here soon. And I was like, well, okay. And when I first got saved, I knew I was called to Asia, but I thought I'd be like in my 60s. And turns out, no, I'm 27. So I came back and I was like, Lord, what do you want me to do? And after praying about it and going through some things, the Lord brought me to the decision to return to college and get a degree, because in South Korea, if you want to teach, you have to have a bachelor's degree. It doesn't matter what it's in, but if you have a bachelor's degree, you can teach. And while I was there, I was given the opportunity to work with some kids at a Christian school, and I just fell in love with teaching. And when I moved back, when I came back to the United States, the Lord opened a door for me to become a teacher here in Hamilton, Alabama. And I just realized how much I love teaching, and I love just connecting and teaching on an individual basis. And so when I came back, I was like, well, Lord, what do you want me to do? I want to go back tomorrow. And the Lord said, go back to school. So I entered into community college here, majoring in linguistics. And so I started, and I found out about this ESL program in Korea. And rewinding back to when I was in Korea, I had an opportunity to go to the Olympics. Now, I am a major Winter Olympics fangirl, so it was like dream come true of my life. So I was sitting at the Winter Olympics screaming my head off, just amazed at that I was there. And I was surrounded by all these people from all around the world. There were some Italians that were sitting to my right that kept flirting with Korean girls. And there were some people from, I think it was, it was a European country. I don't remember the name, but there were some Russians over behind me. There was like all these people. There were Japanese people over here. There were Americans over there. And I was surrounded by the world at one event, and my mind was blown. And during this entire event, it was broadcast in English and the language of the land, Korean. And everything about the event was in English or the language of the land, Korean. The menu, the directions, everything, the bus schedule was in English or the language of the land, Korean. And while I was sitting there at this Olympic event, I realized how important and valuable my language is to everybody. And my friend who has traveled the world told me, she said, if you want to travel the world, you need to know English. And so I was just like, whoa, my language is important. And so from then I just got this heart to teach people my language, to just help the world learn my language because it's important. And so I came back and I was like, Lord, I want to be an English teacher in Korea. I wanted to be an English tutor in Korea, one-on-one. Because as I came back and I was praying, all this passion for teaching just started stirring up in me, all these strategies. And so I had this strategy that is based on an Albert Einstein quote. And this Albert Einstein quote goes like this: everyone is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it'll spend its entire life thinking that it's stupid. And so I had this dream to move to Korea and be a one-on-one English tutor to kids, to adults, to all types of people. And from just taking their individual learning styles and teaching them English the way that would best suit them. Be it if they learn best at a coffee shop, we go to a coffee shop. If they learn best by going to the park, we go to the park for lessons. If they're a mechanic, I want to give them vocabulary that includes car parts. And if they're a musician, I would give them English songs to listen to that they would then describe to me. These are things I want to do. If they love movies, I would give them an English movie to watch, and then they would report back to me what it was about. And so this is basically my passion. This is my drive. This is why I'm going to the ESL school. This is why I'm going to Korea over the summer. This is why I need $2,500. So a lot of people knew the story of how I got to Korea in the first place, but a lot of people don't understand why I'm going back. And so I wanted to tell my story. And like I said, this is all I have to give to you. So here it is. If you want to give, then God bless you. This story, this dream, this passion is what you're sowing into. So thank you very much and have a good day.